Hey guys!
Hey guys!
Welcome
back
to
to
Jack and
Jack. Yeah, we're back again to annoy you all. So today we're going to be talking about. Why are you sitting so far away?
Oh, sorry. We need to show love. Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about our age gap relationship. So if you watched our last video, we did a couples tag, and one of the questions was how old we are. Again, how like our ages. So I'm 22, going on to 23.
And I'm 30.
Is it?
Big man.
Big man.
The big man.
Yeah, our age gap relationship. So yeah, we're just gonna have a little chat. So like, how we felt.
Yeah, it's obviously it comes with its pros and cons.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily cons, but there's just I found like the age gap had more of an effect early on in the relationship, like more than.
Do you think?
Yeah, more than anything, I think maybe it was just me. It's my mindset because obviously, I think I touched on this on the last video. Is for me it was more like, you know, she's a bit younger. Is there gonna be a lot of immaturity there? Just being straight up.
Yeah.
You know, is she still gonna be in that kind of? Is she gonna be ready for a long-term relationship? So.
And you were looking for a long-term relationship.
Yeah, and I think when I was 27 at the time, just turned 27. So I think it was for me. There was a lot going through my head. You was 19 and I was just thinking, I remember when I was 19, I think it maybe just did have a bit of an effect or an impact on my thought process, or
Yeah.
I was
think,
treading with
yeah.
caution, that was
Of
all,
course,
just being
yeah.
careful.
I think for me, because like when I was 19, I would say I was quite mature for my age, and like I already knew, okay, I'm 19, yes I'm young, but in the future I would like someone who's got their heads on their shoulders. I had like a little tick box of what I wanted to see in a man, and yeah, I knew what I was going for. So I don't think for me personally age gap was an issue. I think it became more of an issue with people, with third parties specific. So like maybe family, which is obviously understandable, maybe people in church, or like just people around, friends as well. Because I remember when I got with you, they were like, oh okay, he's a bit older than you, like is this right? And then we got engaged and then people were like, don't you think you're a bit too young?
I think there was like almost there is a lot of stigma around. I think there is a line you have to draw where questions can be asked, and I think that's why for me initially, when I actually first I would say met you, so to say, on social media, it was like there was just, it took me a year before we actually, it was about a year before we actually met up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
like
initially I was, the first thing I did actually, I dismissed the whole thing because I was just like, look, this can't work, you know. I didn't feel that, I didn't feel comfortable at first because I'd never been with somebody who was a lot younger than me, maybe by a couple of months or something. So it was a bit of a daunting thing. But then when we did decide to meet, just to have a friendly, you know, chat and just to get to know each other, it kind of, all of that faded away. Because we just got along.
We just got. The thing is, Jack and I were very similar. Not in every way. We like to joke around. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We're very cheeky. We're very cheeky. Well, I can be sometimes, and we've got the same like personality traits. We've got the same banter. So you know, sometimes I would forget that. Oh, he's much older than me. Like the thing is, it's not even that bad. Like it's only 8 years difference. But
it's just when I say there's a line you have to draw. Obviously, You
can't be 18 and dating a 40-year-old
like
man.
40 or 50. I'm not saying that never happens, but you kind of have to question the motives of the
Yeah.
individual who's much higher. Like, how do you get in a position where you're, you know, speaking to much younger women? But not to go down that road, because, as I said, everybody's situation is different.
Yeah.
Not judging someone if there's a huge gap between a relationship. But yeah, I think
judging the motive, because like my brother is obviously much older than me, and when he met Jack, obviously as an older brother, he would want to know why are you with someone much younger than you know, like me. Why you know, there are much older women out there
but
who would be better fitted to you. Why, you know, someone like me?
But then that gave me the opportunity to show my intent. Because I think, you know, there is something, you don't have to prove anything, so to say, but you do have to show your intention. It's that simple.
Of course, you know,
of course. I had to tread very carefully and be clear that what I put across was not, oh, I want to sleep with you. Let's just be real.
Let's be
real.
I
want to take you on a date. I want to get something from this, because I'm an
take
older
advantage
guy. I can maybe manipulate you. You know, I'm an older guy. I'm working. You know, these things do become attractive, especially when you're younger and you're dating somebody older. They're in a very stable position. It can have elements of attraction. So there was all these things, I suppose, flying through our heads.
Literally.
My head specifically, and I'm sure there was things going through her head as well, and there was things she had to navigate with her family. But I would say what brought it all together was God.
Yeah, it was very much God in a nutshell.
Yeah.
The thing is, people should not be so fixed. I need to date someone who is 2 years older than me, or 5 years old. Like, just, in my opinion, I think just let God take the wheel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I think we kind of had to do that.
Don't get us wrong. We went through a lot. Our relationship got
it wasn't easy
before we got married.
It wasn't easy.
But that's like another thing that you should, you know, look at.
And if you're and advice for anybody who is dating somebody out there who's a lot older, whichever end of whichever end of the spectrum it is, you know, if you're the man who's older or the woman who's older, I guess a bit of advice is just take it slow and show, you know, make sure that things are very clear and laid out on the table. And you just have to
just go with the flow, really. Don't
No.
When I say go with the flow, like, don't put too much pressure on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you're dating someone, regardless of the age, make sure you're dating with purpose. Don't just date because, you know, you want something from the other person, blah blah blah. Date with purpose. If you're dating someone, make sure this is a man or a woman that you potentially see yourself being with for the rest of your life, because you don't want some man, some woman wasting your time.
Yeah.
So date with purpose.
Yeah, know the intentions of the person first.
Yeah.
And also it's good to it's good to mix with the family as well.
Yeah.
Because I think
really
that's what helps with our relationship.
Yeah.
If I was a 26, 27-year-old man dating a 19-year-old woman, especially from a Nigerian background,
oh my god,
they you know, if I was a little bit evasive, a bit elusive, didn't really want to show my face, then there would have been bigger questions. There would have been a lot of I don't think it would have even worked out. But you can apply these principles to any relationship. It doesn't have to be, you know, black, white, Hispanic, whatever you name it, Asian. I think that the same principle applies. Is get to know the family. You know, don't be afraid to show yourself and make your intentions clear.
Blend with the culture as well.
And the culture.
So that was one thing that really helped Jack. You know, he's a white and English man to the core, and it's like this guy comes to my house. He's eating pounded jam. He's making stew for those of you who are Nigerian, he was making stew for my mum, you know, doing all these things, blending with the culture. That really helped as well.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing is, you know, be prepared to work. I don't mean, excuse me, every relationship is work, but you have to be prepared to grow quickly and compromise very heavily.
Meet in the
because
middle, basically.
A lot of relationships are compromised, but when you're both on an even playing ground and you're both at a similar age, let's say, not so much the number but more the maturity, is what happens is you meet in the middle, you kind of have stuff to work out, but the hard bit is done. Whereas with us, there were still some indifferences because of course the age gap is there. I've got a bit more life experience, you know,
and I don't really have a lot.
She hasn't.
And there's
really...
certain things I want to do that he's already done.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh babe, I want to do this, and he's like, but it's not
and
that
then
deep.
you have certain you know, I guess elements of maturity that I might be accustomed to because I've gone through the process of life, that she's still not quite there yet. So I have to remind myself, okay, you know, when I start to see some things, or it's nothing bad, we get along great, but you know, just certain things like, as she was saying, is certain things like, or desires, things she might want to do, where I'm kind of past that, I'm done with that.
And I'm just getting into that.
You're just getting into, whether it be, I don't know, going to a concert, or you know, it's just something. Not a concert, but I'm just trying to
stuff, innit?
Stuff, yeah, but you give them something. When you say stuff, it sounds so dodgy.
Like. I wouldn't do dodgy stuff like.
No, but just
basically
your necessities and things that you want to do in life change.
Pretty much,
I'm very chilled and laid back. I don't really care about celebrities and all of these things. And I think that was a big thing when I first met her.
And I was like,
you was
Beyonce,
very big on Beyonce,
and
I was kind of like, for me, I wasn't interested, but I had to kind of compromise and say, okay, look, you know,
that's an example.
Just as an example to throw it out there. So I think that's the biggest thing is you need to be prepared to. She had to be prepared to grow very quickly and mature quickly as a younger woman, and I had to be. I had to ensure that I was very patient, and I had to make sure that. You know, there were certain things that I had to change in my life as well, and we still grow collectively. It's not like just about the maturity, is it? It's in all manner of ways.
You're always growing.
We've just started.
To be honest, Jack doesn't even act like he's some serious.
No, I'm a bit childish sometimes.
He acts
in a good way. I don't.
Not in a bad way, but he's very playful.
Yeah.
But I think that's it really.
I'd say so. That's really
it.
And external, I guess, external forces. I would say from other people, we haven't really had too much stick. I think there's always questions, and you're always going to get people looking at your relationship from the outside in. They're going to be like, oh, you're making a mistake. They're going to have their own thoughts about, because everybody's perception or everybody's thoughts on something is normally based on an experience they've had. So just because their experience with an older guy dating a younger girl hasn't been good, or they've heard through the grapevine, or from someone who knows someone who knows someone, or their friend's, you know, daughter was dating an older guy and it didn't work out, basically. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the same for every relationship, but you will get people like that. You will get the outside people looking in who they just pin something on the relationship. It's not going to work. The age gap's too much. She's too young. He's too old, and that's not true. It's
very subjective. So not every relationship is not the same. So I would say just do you. If you really love that person, make it work, and see what happens. See where God takes it. And
just on that, something that's very important as well is God. What made this and ensured this relationship could happen and work was, having God as a foundation and trying to keep him at the center. Does it mean we had him at the center all the way through? No, there was times where, things weren't easy, but he was always there, even if we didn't, think about it.
Yeah.
Or he's been at the center of the relationship, holding it together and dragging everything into place. When you set your morals and your values, and you set how you should treat one another on biblical principles, then you can't go wrong. And then you both have a mutual understanding. It's like if there's something you don't understand and you can't meet in the middle, then God will bring it together, and you can have that common ground. So,
I think that's it. That's pretty much all we have to say about it. That's it for today. We'll continue being consistent with our videos. Let us know anything you want us to talk about or whatnot. And also I've opened a legal page. I'm currently doing the LPCs. For many of you don't know it, it's called the Legal Practice Course for solicitors. So if you want to qualify as a solicitor, you do the Legal Practice Course. And I'm going to put the link to the Instagram account. It's called Taught by Anne. So I'm going to be posting legal content all the way, motivational posts. If you're interested in law or anything legal, follow that account. Anyways, we will see you in our next video.
Yes,
and Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you in our next video. Make sure you like,
comment,
share,
and subscribe.
Comment.
And make sure you click the bell icon.
Yes, the notification bell. So you can allow us to annoy you.
We'll pop up on your screen
and annoy the crap out of you.
No, we're not annoying.
I'm joking. Why
You're
did I do
annoying.
that?
I don't know.
That's so cheesy.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.